Hi coaches, it's Whitney from Get the Pancake. In today's video, we're going to learn how to block a volleyball for beginners. But I just want to point out that if you made your way here, then you probably have some more questions about volleyball. Get the Pancake is a website for volleyball coaches, and I use this YouTube channel to post helpful videos about skill instruction, strategies, and just other things that I find useful. Go ahead and subscribe very quickly, and we'll jump into our video. When we are teaching new players how to block a volleyball, there are three main concepts that our players need to understand. These concepts are hand shape, arm positioning, and timing. Now, there's a lot more that goes into blocking, but this is going to get your beginners off to a great start. First, hand shape. When most new blockers first try to block, their hands will look like this. Their hands usually go like this because they're trying so hard to jump high that they're using their hands to pull them a couple extra millimeters off the ground. This isn't going to block very much. After we tell them that they need to open their hands more, this is typically their next step. They're still trying to reach high, but we're not blocking a lot of space here. I like to use the term make a butterfly, and we bring those hands out and really widen the space that we're covering. So again, most players are going to start here, and then they'll progress to here, and then we'll get them into that butterfly form, which is going to widen the area that they cover, and it's also going to engage your shoulders a little bit to help force that ball back down. The second thing that we're going to address is arm positioning. When we're ready to block, a lot of players will just stand with their arms like this. The idea is there, but that's not going to help us jump any higher. Another thing I see a lot with young players is they'll stand like this, and then when the ball comes to them, they'll do this. Now you may notice in volleyball, we have our good friend, a net. Get it? Like a net. The net's going to be right in front of them. If they're swinging their arms, it's very likely that their hands are going to get tangled up in the net. Doesn't matter if they block the ball, if you lose the point because they're in the net. What we want to teach is our players to have their hands out and ready with their knees bent, and then they'll extend straight up from their ready position. From the front, it looks like this. Our elbows are out in front of us, and it's almost a little uncomfortable that we're holding them together because we're ready to go straight up. The last concept that our players need to understand is proper timing. The hard thing about timing, especially for younger players, is that the game doesn't go as smoothly as we see at the higher levels. Timing is going to be very individual for each player, as some players are quicker to react than others. I like to start with the thought that the player is at the peak point of their block jump just when the ball is in the ideal spot for the opposite team to make contact on their hit, because there's a very small window of time between when contact is made and when it should hit our block. Keep in mind that younger players may have a bad set, the approach timing might be off, so if it's a little slower or even a little bit faster, your blocker should wait just an extra half a second, because the misjudged time is going to impact when the opposing team makes contact with the ball. You don't necessarily want to jump up with the player. You want to keep an eye on the ball as well. So to summarize really quick, our hand shape needs to look like a butterfly. Our arm positioning is out in front and goes straight up. And timing is specific to each player, but they should be reaching the top of their jump as the ball is in the ideal spot for contact, with a slight hesitation if the approach or the set seems off. All right, and that is how to block a volleyball for beginners, and even intermediate players could work on this too. There's a lot more that goes into blocking, and I'm sure I'll make another video in the future. Again, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know when a new video comes out. I'm also on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Just search for @GetThePancake and you'll find me. Thanks for watching.